Wesołych Świąt, or Merry Christmas. I don't think it's a literal translation as such. I think it also works for Happy Holidays, but the sentiment is there. Thank you for tuning in. I just wanted to do, a little, Christmas special, because I think we all need to talk about Christmas this year. Because it's going to be a tricky one for all of us, so we'll see. Firstly, I wanted to talk about some of the Christmases I've kind of had in Warsaw so far. This is actually the first one I've had where I'm, physically in Warsaw on Christmas Day. We'll go into that in a minute. So, in my first year here, it was really special actually. So in our office, we had a bit of a competition, and that competition was to decorate the workspace in a Christmassy way. And guess what? Any competition has a prize, and the prize for this was something like 1,500 zloty or £300 or so for our team to go out drinking. Now, I'll be honest, I can sort of take or leave Christmas sometimes, but when there's a competition, I want to win. So somehow, and I don't quite remember how this happened, I ended up in charge of this whole thing, of doing this for the team. It doesn't mean I was doing all the work, just meant I was helping to organise it. So it's like, oh my God. So I put together a committee, because, committees, you can delegate stuff to committees. And we checked around the other departments. We saw we had a lot of competition. I think Germany and Poland, for example, those two teams had some really good displays. There are probably some other ones too that were worthy of note. And we were like, right, okay, we got some really tough competition. The only way we're going to have any chance of winning is to really, make a strong effort. So we basically turned the place into sort of Santa's grotto, as such. We had his workshop, so we had like a space for the, like all the letters he gets. We had the workshop where the toys were assembled. We had the delivery area where the sleigh was parked and ready to go. And I also made a kind of gingerbread house out of one of the offices, and spent the next few weeks trying to clear that gingerbread house off the windows. Be very careful using, double-sided sellotape on glass. I learned that the hard way. And a lot of solvent later, it kind of got done. So we won. Kind of. We were a joint winner, I think, with 2 or 3 other countries. But, we got our prize. It was really good fun. One of the guys dressed as Santa as well, just to, really give it the spirit. I was very, very happy. So the next Christmas I had, so my second Christmas around Warsaw time, we weren't allowed to do that, decorate the office thing anymore. Too many departments had destroyed their workspaces and caused a lot of repairs. So we were banned from that, which was a shame. But I still wanted to do something special, so I sent Christmas cards to the whole team. Now, this is an interesting. In Poland, they don't really bother with Christmas cards. They're very hard to buy. Like to buy them in bulk. So, of course, in the UK, you can go to any charity shop, or pretty much any shop, and you could buy like 50, 100 cards probably in one batch. Here, I struggled. I looked around. I couldn't find anywhere that was selling cards in batches. So I was like, oh my God, what do I do? I tried looking online. And I ordered some online. But but they were taking ages to arrive, and I was like, oh my God, okay, it's almost Christmas, I'm almost going on my holidays, what am I going to do? So I went to this one shop. I'm trying to think if I can remember the name of it. It was one of these big, kind of slightly out of town, kind of one of those sort of cheap places where you buy stuff in bulk. Darn it, I can't remember. If I do remember the name, I'll put it in the comments. And because I thought, somebody said maybe you get Christmas cards there, and I couldn't. But I did find stencils. Now, you know, I come from a household which is very creative, and my mother in particular, she's very good with arts and crafts and that kind of thing. So I decided I was going to make my own Christmas cards this year. And so, admittedly, maybe this counts as stealing, maybe not, but I took a load of paper from work, and I bought some pens. Well, I have these lovely Sharpie set that I bought in the UK. And so I took these templates and, you know, spent ages colouring them in. It's like being back in school again, or being a child again. But it was fun, you know. It took too many hours. And then I tried to write like a nice personalised message in each one. So I did this for the team I was working with, the CI team. And then before we got round to the other teams I was working with, my cards that I actually ordered arrived. And so I used them for sorry, I got lazy, but they look fancier. Sadly, I didn't get any cards back. And I think, yeah, to be honest, I think it's because it's Poland. They're not big on the whole Christmas card thing. Plenty of Christmas wishes, but no cards. Sad, but well, what are you going to do? So let's talk about this year. So this year I am in Warsaw. I am alone, sadly. I will be having, I think, a Skype conversation with my parents and my brother's family shortly. It's not quite the same. You know, obviously being able to spend time with your family is very, very important at Christmas for many, many people. But I also know that I'm not alone. I know that there will be a lot of people out there who are in exactly the same situation or similar situations where, because of COVID restrictions, you aren't able to travel. Or you're not allowed to meet in groups or whatever. I'm particularly going to miss having a Christmas dinner. You'd think I'd be organised enough to make one for myself, but I don't know. I've been getting lazy in these COVID times when it comes to things. I cook, but that seems too elaborate. But there we go. You may have tuned into this video thinking that it was going to be about Christmas traditions in Poland, and I really do want to do a video about that. But one thing that's very important to me is when I make a video about a specific topic, I want to make that topic as relevant and kind of informed as possible. And because I haven't experienced a truly Polish Christmas yet, unfortunately, I haven't really had the experience to like give you an idea of what it means and what it feels. I can tell you that they tend to focus more on Christmas Eve. On Christmas Eve is when they open the presents. They have like a 12-course meal. It's a massive thing. They have like fish. They don't really do turkey. Yeah, that's a Polish Christmas, as far as I know it. In previous years, people did say, oh, you know, if you're ever like unable to do anything at Christmas, you're welcome to come to ours. And I was always, well, no, I'm going home to see my family. This year, I haven't had any such invitations, but at the same time, We're living in different times. You know, there are restrictions on house numbers. People are worried about COVID. You know, you often spend Christmas with perhaps elderly relatives who are a bit more in danger. So I honestly wasn't expecting anyone, you know, to make any offers out there. And I really hope that you're all having a good time wherever you are and whatever you're doing. It's fair to say that this year has been the hardest year for, you know, many people, and, you know, maybe the hardest year you faced in your life, potentially, for many people. But I always try to remain optimistic. So I sincerely hope that next year will be better, that life will start to return to normal gradually, and that we can have a positive future to look forward to still. And I think as long as everyone starts to realize that we need to be a bit more careful, we need to be a bit less selfish, and we need to start thinking carefully about what we do with our lives, that we can get past this situation. But in the meantime, I sincerely wish you all the best. And I want to thank you. You know, this channel has grown. I've grown during it, and I continue to grow. I really appreciate my loyal viewers. I appreciate anyone who watches my videos, as I keep saying. My next video might be a bit big, but I'm looking forward to making it. It's going to be like a 2020 summary video, though I need to find a better title for that. If you have any suggestions for the titles of that video, please add them into the comments, because I'm trying to think of something catchy. But as I say, Merry Christmas, or Wesołych Świąt to you all, and to your families, and to your loved ones. Take care, look after yourselves, and we shall speak again soon.